Hi and welcome to lesson 25. So in this lesson we're going to work through a deconstruct reconstruct mode, looking at the stories of people near Ok Tedi Mine, and we're taking this multilinear approach looking at Ok Tedi and then bringing that out to the whole of Papua New Guinea, because it gives it a human focus which provides an anchor to our story. So we've already watched the video about Ok Tedi Mine and done some work on Ok Tedi Mine back in lesson 17. This lesson builds on that material. So first of all, we're going to read these two pieces of material here, which is supplied in your reader. And then I've set a series of 6 questions. And basically these 6 questions are aimed at getting particular pieces of information from students that relate directly to the syllabus. So who has gained from Ok Tedi Mine and what have been the benefits on a micro, macro, meso level? So you can see that's right here. Discuss Papua New Guinea and global groups. Now that comes up in the video. It also comes up again in the readings. So they'll see the answer to that just clearly displayed. It says, discuss exploitation of natural resources by governments and private companies. Where does this leave traditional villages? So the point of that is to lead students down an exploration of where the money is going, what's happening to the resources of Papua New Guinea. So the resources are coming out of the ground and the money is going to the companies rather than the people. So what we're trying to lead students to is an understanding of the concept that when you have a community that lives on the land and you have a big multinational corporation that comes in and takes all the resources out of that land and makes it impossible for the community to live there, the community then becomes dependent on the corporation or on the government in order to supply them with means of living, because they can no longer live off their land because the big multinational corporation has taken it away from them. That's a very complex concept, and hopefully through this series of questions we'll get students there. So the next question asks them to explore the links between the exploitation of natural resources, the breakdown of traditional society, and the current problems, both legal and political, in Papua New Guinea. So obviously that's that stuff I was just talking about. By exploiting the natural resources and preventing people from living their traditional way, there's been a whole lot of legal and political problems that have been caused. And this is partially due to what they'll arrive at in the answer to question 6, the conflicting old system and new system in PNG. So these two come together and clash. So things like the Wontok, the payback system and the big man have affected the levels of corruption in the new legal and political landscape. For example, if your Wontok is a member of parliament and you have a problem, you can go to your Wontok and they will listen to you because they're your Wontok, and that's a very corrupt way of governing. And that's what's happening all over the place in Papua New Guinea. And this big man system, that if you have a big man in town, it doesn't matter what that big man does, because they are the big man in town, they're effectively protected from the law. So that's what we're trying to arrive at that bottom question there. So you can see that we're working through a deconstruct reconstruct model. So we're starting with the big picture of Ok Tedi Mine, we're breaking it down into its parts, and then we're reforming it into new knowledge. So hopefully by the time we get to the end of this series of questions, students will have new knowledge, and they'll be able to go through that transformative process of putting the knowledge that they have together into a system that matches the HSC syllabus. Because most of this stuff is probably stuff that's already going through their mind now that we're at lesson 25, but they need to structure it in this way so that it will fit in with the HSC. Thanks.